What I'm trying to say is, the very first video where we show us pulling the car in, we bought a camper that had a small leak. They said it had a small leak, but they fixed the leak, and now it don't leak anymore. What'd we do? We bought it. We're campers now. Camper life, son. Camper life. Pack the kayaks and the firewood. If there's any build, it's gonna be this old girl. You better turn your head sideways, close your eyes really, really tight, barely squint and look at it. Then you'd be like, looks pretty good. I'm talking like I built 10 of these. Listen to me, guys, because I built 10 of these and I know how it works. Whoa, wait. Before we get into the video, if you watch the entire video, huge shout out to you. Now, you may be thinking this. I've watched every video 1 all the way through 13. I've watched every episode. I know everything. No. There is a secret. Still progress going on behind the scenes. We're still working on the Datsun, and I'll put that video out for next weekend. But in this video, I wanted to get you guys up to speed on what exactly I'm talking about when I say I've been keeping a secret. Now, in the last video, I tried to compile it, shorten it down, cliff notes, fast pace, chop it up, in hopes that the watch time, more people would watch more of the video because it was shorter, right? Well, what I found out is everybody that's gonna watch all the way through is gonna watch all the way through regardless if it's a 5-minute video or a 35-minute video. But I also learned the people that are gonna skip through and just watch bits and pieces, they're gonna skip through on a 5-minute video, same way they would on a 30-minute video. So today's video is gonna be however long it ends up being. This is Dusty Mac's garage. I'm gonna do what Dusty Mac, D-Mac, I'm gonna put out the length of the video however long it is. I don't know who it is, and whoever watches to the end, thank you. Now, on with the rest of today's video. Did we pay $300 for it? Yes, we did pay $300 for the Datsun 240Z. Did we lie about the parts that came with it? Did we buy all those parts extra and just say they came with it? Nope. All those parts that we said came with it, came with it. Came with a clean title. Came with a hood, fenders, doors. Is this car really for me? Did we buy it so I could build it for me and just say it's my wife's? That's wrong again, because if this was my car, I'd probably burned it. No, the rain's getting worse, so I'm gonna have to talk louder. It is in fact true, we bought this car for my wife. My wife's dream car is a Shelby Mustang. As you can see, we bought this car because it was cheap. Cheap does not equal Shelby Mustang. Broke equals buy rust bucket. Spend all your time fixing bucket of rust. Oh, I mean, have money but don't want to spend money? Buy cheaper? Yeah. We bought this car because it was $300, and it's an iconic 240Z that we're saving it for my wife, building it for her. It's awesome. But some of you may have came from the YouTube short. It's like a 30-second-ish video. This rain is like making it hard for me to think. What I'm trying to say is, in the very first video where we show us pulling the car into the garage, we got a motor hoist in the back because there was no rear subframe in it. What I'm trying to say is that was the second time we brought the car into the garage. We bought the car exactly for what I told you, $300. All the parts was inside of it. That's true. But the catch is, the first time we got the car home, rolled it into the garage. We didn't film any of that. I put the fenders on it, set the doors on it, tried to make it look like a complete-ish car, put it on car dollies, and I rolled it around inside the garage. I posted a short clip, it was like 30 seconds long, on my YouTube channel, which back then had like 150 subscribers, and the video did nothing. So basically what we did is we started working on the car, made a lot of progress on it, but nothing got added to the YouTube channel. We took pictures of the progress, but at that point in time, I was like done with my YouTube channel. Did a lot of work to the car, but somewhere shortly after that, my dad passed away. That was a devastating blow. He had Alzheimer's. My dad was like my right-hand man. If I had any project, if I called him at midnight and said, hey, you want to go pick up a project car? My dad was Johnny on the spot. Like, tell him what time you want to leave. He's ready to roll. He had a pack of crackers in his pocket, Hawaiian shirt on, his Crocs. He's ready to rock. Tell him you wanted to leave at 8. He's showing up at 6, knocking on the door, telling you you're not going to get nothing done, sleeping in the bed. My dad's famous saying was, you got to hit the ground running. He loved saying that. You got to hit the ground running. You ain't going to get nothing done in the bed. So it was a devastating blow to lose my dad. My dad, basically, if I went and got a project car, my dad went with me on multiple. And when we do our 1,000 subscriber video, celebrating 1,000 subscribers, we'll talk about our YouTube journey. You'll see almost every car that my dad was with me. He went along for the trip. We used his trailer. So it was a devastating blow. And I miss my dad every single day. Not a day goes by that I don't miss him. And if he was here right now, he'd be in the channel, he'd be on the videos, and you guys would be telling me how much of a nut he is. He was a mechanic all his life. But yeah, somewhere in there, we bought a camper that had a small leak. They said it had a small leak, but they fixed the leak, and now it don't leak anymore. So, what'd we do? We bought it. We're campers now. Camper life, son. Camper life. Pack the kayaks and the firewood, and we're roasting s'mores. Wrong. We started going to repair this and that, took this out and find out this is rotten, that's rotten. This has got to be rebuilt, that's no good. We just need to fix this piece of wood, but that piece of wood's tied to this piece of wood. That piece of wood's rotten, the piece of wood that's tied to that's rotten. The whole back half was rotten. So we wound up taking off the vinyl roof or the rubber roof, replacing all the wood plywood on top. We had to rip the back wall off the camper, redid the bathroom, redid the flooring in the bathroom, the insulation, the floor joist, put the back wall back on, the back side and back on, a new rubber roof. Oh, when I tell you that build wiped me out, I didn't want to build nothing else. But literally what happened was, we went from working on the Datsun. When we started working on the camper, we moved the Datsun outside of the garage, put it underneath the carport, and it basically went on hold because we had lost my dad right in the middle of building the camper. Basically, you could say out of sight, out of mind. However, fast forward, some time went by, I decided, let's get back after this 240Z build. I want to finish it for my wife, because back in the day, and I'm fine with this, I'd get a car, I'd do some stuff to it, I wouldn't really finish it, I'd get bored with it, I'd trade it, sell it. Multiple cars I'd do that with. And you'll see some more of that in the YouTube 1,000 subscriber celebration, talk about the history of the channel, and you'll see the progression of the projects that I had. But if there's any build I want to finish, is this build for my wife. One being, if something happens to me, this is a huge part of me that my blood, sweat, and tears went into for my wife. And she can enjoy this. She can do burnout. She can go get a Starbucks coffee and tear the mall, Walmart parking lot, hit the mountains, cruise to the beach. She can enjoy it, and this car means a lot to me. So if there's one build I want to finish, if there's one build I'm gonna finish, it's gonna be this old girl right here. So, decided, let's restart the YouTube channel, which we did in January. We had 150 subscribers, and man, we've been doing it up. We've been growing. Huge shout out, huge thanks to you guys. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. But what I'm trying to say is, when we restarted the build this time, that's when we started videoing it. That's when you see the car getting rolled off the trailer with an engine hoist in the back. The reason it had an engine hoist in the back is because some point, the first part of the build, which we didn't film any of, we took the rear subframe out. There's some areas we got to fix in the back, and I wanted the subframe to be out so I could, you know, go through the whole bottom. So we took the subframe out, disassembled some more stuff, and then when we got the camper, like I said, we moved the car underneath the carport, put it in storage with no rear subframe. So the videos you guys seen from video 1 all the way till now is basically the second time we started the build. It's the first time we started it for YouTube, but it's the second time we started the build. So everything's true about the Datsun 240Z except the video footage you see of us rolling it inside the garage. That's the only part that's not really true, I guess. That's the secret. The secret is we already started this build once, made some good progress on it, repaired the hood, repaired the outer rocker, the outer dog leg on the passenger side. My wife was, you know, using a wire wheel, sanding stuff down to the bare metal, and using rust encapsulator on it to prevent it from rusting anymore, because she was rusting. She would tow up from the flow up. Yeah, real reason that I didn't start out in video 1 and tell you we went and bought the car, we rolled it in the garage, we built some on it, life happened, my dad passed away, we got a camper and had to, that camper probably took 15 years off my life, if I'm honest. The reason I didn't basically include all that into the story, I was trying to keep the story simple. We went and got the car, brought it home, it was in bad shape, we got to build it, because believe it or not, the first time we brought it home, we did roll it off the trailer with the rear subframe under it, but there was bolts missing out of the rear subframe, so it was shaky. And everything else about the car is exactly how it was. She was rough. She was rough. 5-footer, a good 10-footer, a good 15-footer. This is a good, you better turn your head sideways, close your eyes really, really tight, barely squint and look at it. Then you'd be like, looks pretty good. Despite that first clip looking like it was a complete car, it was rough. It's kind of like when you wake up at 7:50 and you're supposed to be at work at 7:30 and you like trying to pull it together. That's kind of what that video was like. And when you get a car like this that needs as much work as this thing needs, I'm talking like I built 10 of these. Listen to me, guys, because I built 10 of these and I know how it works. What I'm saying is, when a build needs as much work as this one needed, I wanted to get as much of it put together so I could be like, oh, it's a whole car. It's almost done. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Thank you to everybody who watched the whole entire video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you guys are still excited. We got a motor, we got to do a compression test. We're gonna see if we can get it running. All that's coming up, bear with me. Got 2 kids, one of them is in football, and the football season just ended, but now guess what? Now they're both gonna try to wrestle at the high school. My daughter's in high school, my son's in middle school, but he's wrestling for the high school. So, life's gonna be busy. I still got a full-time job, so bear with me. Let me tell you guys that are always dropping comments of support and encouragement. Sometimes that well, not sometimes. Every time I get one of those comments, it brightens my day, Could be having a bad day, get a comment saying, man, love the videos, love the channel. Man, that's awesome. So, what else can I say? Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you tune in next week. Hey, just say hey down in the comments. Dusty Mac's Garage, D-Mac signing out. Remember, to get really good at something, you gotta suck at it at first. And if you ain't talking projects, we don't want to talk. See you guys in the next one. Go do work.